I made last video about textures and we used some type of textures. So we will do some things in Maya modeling and we'll do texture some other type in ZBrush. So now shift duplicate faces. Now we have separate like faces. Now extrude this and make something like this, and now we have two objects. Now we want this to the brush, but before this I'd like to make some bubbles here and there, things like this. Now I add some plugin, it's called Ghost ZBrush, and I share it in last video in Blender, but we can do it in Maya. Now I click here and now voila, I have it in ZBrush. Now to add some other kind of texturing, we can go to here. So last video I talked about geometry and we go to make like macro mesh. Macro mesh basically here, and we apply this, and after that we'll apply macro, and now we can do whatever we want here. So once I do this, you recognize it's applied, it's applied on my object here. If I change it, it will change, and so on. I don't know what is the problem, but here you will see some different texture. But in this video, I will talk more about other thing we can apply. We can go to surface and we can apply noise. Since we apply this, we can go to alpha here and we can choose from our textures. So we can choose, let's say, this one. You recognize we started to have it here. Once we have it here, we can apply more with playing with these settings, things like this. So we have two types now, this type and that type. So I'll cancel this because I'd like to duplicate this before, and I'd like to use the first method, this one. We can go to geometry and go to dynamic, apply it and apply macro poly. Now I can choose between them like this. Now I will work in this object. And I will use the other method. I go to surface and apply noise, and from here I can apply this one and choose whatever texture I want from here, and I can play with settings. I can like make scale it, make it uh, tougher, things like this. Strength, scale, things like this. And I can apply it. Once I have it, I can go to geometry and click this one. Now it's applied here. So it's really easy to make textures in Maya if you're making it for maybe mockup or something like you are doing something in house or things like this. You can do like these things. So yeah, now we'll add it more for maybe clothes. We'll do clothes, we'll do other things to see what will happen. So this one was surface, this one was micro body. So it's really easy to make your character really professional or your object with just using these really simple tools. Of course, if you're artist or graphic designer and you're making your mockup, you can do this with clothing. Let's say you're making a sport logo. You can apply this one, and now you can go to texture and choose your, let's say this is a logo, make it RGB, and you will have it here, but you need to have more, yeah, like faces. You have to recognize this. It will be really heavy for computer, but it will work. It will do a really good mockup. And to do this, to make more geometry, you can go to geometry and make more from here, or even go to uh, geometry and go to dynamish. Of course, dynamish will do a really good work, but it won't have a good UV. You have to recognize this point. So you have a lot of time to retopology it. As you can see now, my photo or my picture had a lot of more faces, so you can recognize it. Let's say this one. You can recognize what's happening here. So let's say it's a logo. Let's choose a logo or a photo. You just apply it, and now you have it. So yeah, that's a quick tutorials. I will save this live. You can see it later, but yeah, thank you for watching me until this point, and see you in another video.